Hi there, everybody. Recently, a number of people have said to me, what is it that you actually do to produce the music that you release under the Farlane Collective? Is it just all computer generated? What's the process how you actually go through? I think it's a really good time to ask that question because there's a lot of discussion at the moment about the use of AI music, and that's generally portrayed as a bad thing, leading to the production of AI slop. So I thought it'd just be interesting and useful to share with people what my creative process is and how I use the AI to actually make the music into a form that's listenable for people, really, and how it's involved in a much bigger creative process. So the starting point for any piece of music for me is a lyrical idea, maybe a couple of lines, some sort of theme. And the song that I'm going to use throughout this video is something I've been working on for the second album. And I had these two lines. Something in particular reminds me of you, something in the way they act and the things you do. That's all I had, really. And so you sit down and you just plonk around on some chords. I'll usually start with really obvious, so something like the A, D. Millions and millions of songs based around those two chords. A bit of variation. Okay, that sounds like a good starting point. So play A. What happens? Something in particular reminds me of you. Something in the way they act and the things they do. Well, that's quite good. Quite like that. We've got maybe something. Put a bit of a minor chord in to flip it. I can't go there. I should be more aware. Oh, it needs something to finish it off, doesn't it? Seems to spend a life now spinning around. Oh, okay, maybe an idea there, and that's where the song's born from. That's the starting point for that particular song. So the next thing is we need to stick that into the computer to try and start working it into something a bit more than just 5 chords and 4 lines. So now come up to the studio in order to actually put it into the computer, and I use GarageBand as the platform that I record into. So simply just play and record in the chord sequence again. Your A, D, E again. And then once you've got that in, just play it through, play the verse, play what I developed on for the chorus. And then that's in the computer, and then I will record a vocal line as well. So I'll actually sing something in particular reminds me of you. It doesn't need to be high quality at the moment. It's just a basic demo. And then what that does is that turns into something that sounds very much like this. Some drums were put on it. They won't stay on it. It will help the rhythm and the timing of it. So it just sounds a bit like this. Something in particular reminds me of you. Something in the way they act and the things that they do. So I think that sounds okay at the moment. Okay, it's obviously just a tiny little snippet. There's a bit more of it. So this is the point where I put it into the AI for the first time. And what the AI will do is take what I've done and create a much fuller song around it all in terms of adding bass drums. And you specify the style that you want. So for this song, I was thinking of sort of plucked guitar sound, but not particularly complicated in terms of strings or anything like that. But all I've got is an introduction, I've got a verse, and I've got a chorus. And so sticking it into the AI for the first time turns it into this. Plucked guitar. AI loves to stick loads of things on top. What we'll do is we'll take all of that out later. Something in particular reminds me of you. Something in the way they act and the things that they do. So this now gets to the point where I think, okay, are the legs on this song? Is it any good? If it's not, then I'll just ditch it, scrap it all, probably keep the lyric line, the idea, but start again with something different. But I think in this one, I thought, yeah, there's some potential in it, really. So, but remember, at the moment, we've just got a really short snippet, introduction, verse, and one chorus. We've got some lyrics, but not a lot. So what we now need to do is to create the song structure so that I can have a full backing track for which I will then write the full lyrics for, and then I'll sing the full lyrics for. So actually, I find it a lot easier to write lyrics when I've got the melody, so that I can write to the pattern of the melody. So that's what we'll do next. So in the second part of this video, what we'll talk about is how we move from having a very short demo that's in the computer into actually then finessing that into the full song, and then using the AI to produce the final version of that and to pull it all together, and talk about the limitations of the AI and some of the problems that you have to overcome with it. All right then, see you then, bye-bye.